like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Good morning, folks. Apologies for just a second here. I need to make sure that you're hearing the microphone. Okay, good enough. There it is. All right, good deal. All right, the reason for that is Windows Update once again, and so I did make sure that the microphone is actually going out over the air, because we've seen the past occasions with this software, it updates and then it changes the default settings for my microphones, and we're in the crapper. Welcome back. It's Rugby Ascended. This is Chris, live in central Pennsylvania, and today we're covering the Pacific Cup of Nations. The United States having beat Canada significantly in the first round, but losing to Japan in the second round. Nonetheless, it qualifies for the semifinals. And those begin now. Semifinals all being played in Japan. First game is Fiji, the Flying Fijians versus the United States, USA Eagles. We're going to cover that now. And so let's get the lineups out here so you can see who's playing in this competition. This game is being played in Tokyo. Bear with me, folks, as I try to go through these Fijian names. Always a challenge for an Anglo-Saxon, but we'll do our best here. So for Fiji, at fullback, it's Isaiah Armstrong Ravula. Well, that wasn't hard. On the right wing, it's Avwata Karawalevu. In the center, Isofo Masi, excuse me. Inia Tabu Avua. On the left wing, it's Ipile Momo. At the fly half, it is Caleb Muntz, and then the scrum half for the Flying Fijians is Frank Lomani. Then we have Ilia Kanakaivata, Kitioni Salawa, Meli Direnelagi, Temo Maya Nanavavuno, Isua Nasilelis Cecilia. In the front row, it's Samu Tawake. The captain is Tavita Ikanevira. And also in the front row, it's Ironi Maui. Off the bench, Mesulame Dolokoto. No relief for me here. Hiriati Hetet. Penny Ravai Ratu Rotu Solioya. Albert Tuasua. Penny Matawalua. Api Salom Voto, and Ilase Droasesa. Folks, I apologize ahead of time, but a lot of the Fijians, other than the fly half, the fullback, and the scrum half, I'm likely simply to say, hey, the Fijian number 8's got the ball. All right, let's get to the USA. That's Fiji's starting lineup for tonight's competition. For the USA Eagles, here we go. And I'll mention tonight, I actually got the list of which teams they all play for, where they play. So, at fullback, Toby Fricker, it's a guy from New England Free Jacks. Connor Mooneyham is back on the right wing. He plays for the rugby club out of North Carolina here in Major League Rugby. And then we have Dominic Bisag, St. Mary's College, and Tavita Lopetti in the center. Nate Augsburger on the wing once again, the very flexible Nate Augsburger, who's played fullback, he's played wing, he's usually a scrum half. He plays now for the Chicago Hounds. That's where he plies his trade. Chris Mattina, who was also with the Chicago Hounds a couple seasons ago in their first season when I went to Chicago and covered them. Chris Mattina is the fly half. That's a bit of a surprise, playing for San Diego Legion. Ruben DeHaas, the South African-born scrum half who plays for the Cheetahs in Curry Cup, is our Curry Cup today. Thomas Tuaval, the Utah Warriors wearing number 8 jersey. Corey Daniel, Old Glory DC. Patty Ryan from San Diego. And then the locks, the guy I said would be a USA Eagle for sure, and here it is a few years later. He's here regularly. Jason Dom wearing the number 5 jersey, plays now for Los Angeles. That's what's used to be the Atlanta club. And Vili Hami Helu for the San Diego Legion. In the front row, it's Paul Mullen, Utah Warriors, Sean McNulty, Miami Sharks, and Jack Iscaro from the Old Glory DC. Another guy said would make it to the national side. Off the bench, it's Kapili Fifalete, who plays with Saracens. Jake Turnbull, that's North Carolina team once again, Anthem. Pono Davis, Houston SaberCats. Greg Peterson, San Diego Legion. Tessimony Tongavaua, New Orleans Gold. Bryce Campbell's back. He's with Chicago Hounds now. And Rand Santos, UC Berkeley, and J.P. Smith, Seattle Seawolves. And that rounds out the bench for the USA Eagles, who are going for semifinal glory. If they could win today, it would be huge. Let's not get our horses before the cart. I don't expect to see the Eagles win this game. It'd be a tough matchup for them. The Flying Fijians are a far better caliber team than USA at this stage. And we've played them 6 times, and we have beat them historically 1 time. Last time out, it was a close one. Okay, just a second here. I got the computer acting up. I can't close something I want to close. I clicked on the program by mistake, and I want to close it now. It won't close. End the task. There you go. With Windows, you always revert to kill the app, which is what I just did. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to get over here to make sure we still got the feed. Okay, the Anthems are playing right now to a, looks like a pretty empty stadium. That's unfortunate. And it's dark there because it's evening. Yep, evening in Japan, eh? Let's see how big we are in Japan here. It is 7 p.m. in Japan. Yep. Fiji, USA. Canada's already played. I don't know what the outcome of that was. Let me see if I can find the answer on that one. Let's see what the score was. Pacific, there we go. Pacific Cup of Nations. And the game, Tonga beat Canada 30-17 in the quarterfinal. That means that the loser of this game will play. Wait, quarterfinal. That was last week. Where's the game this morning? Is the 5th place game supposed to be played? Huh. Anyway. Interesting. Huh. Anyway. So that's, I guess it's the 5th place team. The quarterfinals played after you've already got folks moving on. So the quarterfinal doesn't move to this. But anyway, that's weird. But yeah, they're playing for like 5th place, 4th and 5th place. Hey, bystander, how's it going? Fiji by 12. Yeah, that seems fair. That seems fair. Yep. I was just looking for something regarding this game. I don't see it there. Anyway, they're coming up, and we've got Curry Cup action after this. 2 semifinal games. The Lions hosting the Cheetahs at Ellis Park, and then it's the Bulls hosting the Sharks in Pretoria. Should mention Sasha Feinberg Umzulu. He's back, as if that was really the right one. How you doing? Well, I'm okay. Managed to fit in this jersey I bought 10 years ago for the World Cup. It's a little snug, but it fits. I wasn't sure I could get it on. Anyway, we're waiting for this thing to get started. So it's now 6 o'clock a.m. here, and it's obviously it is time in Japan. Nate Augsburger, USA National Anthem being sung right now. And there's Scott Lawrence up in the booth with his coaches. Yeah, so kind of the hot seat here. Pretty soon we're going to have to start qualifying for the World Cup here. And if the USA could get their act together and get back into the World Cup. Very embarrassing. We missed the World Cup for only the 2nd time, and the first time since early days when we didn't get to France this past year. And we had multiple opportunities and should have gotten there. Okay, lots of USA fans there in Japan for the game. We had lots of opportunities. Lost to America's 1 to Uruguay. After beating them at home, then lost the Americas 2 to Chile after having them beat, but then screwing up at the end, missing a kick after, well, actually didn't get the kick. The penalty was committed by an over-aggressive USA player, overturning a penalty, and so we didn't get a chance to win that game with an easy kick. So Fijians get ready to do their haka. As I said, a small crowd. There's a few sections. You can see where tickets are sold in batches, whole section full and then blank section next to it. But yeah, so the USA Eagles missed their chance with the Americas 1, Americas 2. Then we go to the Rapage tournament, and we finished with the same record as Portugal, winning all of our games. Unfortunately, Portugal ran up the score against one of their opponents, and so they went on based on points. To be fair, Portugal was a far better representative in the Olympics than we had been.
What is something unique?
There's your haka, folks, from the Flying Fijians, sponsored by Fijian Water. Didn't miss a beat there. Send me my check, Fijian Water. So let's see how the Eagles can do tonight. I sense a rout. I hope not, but I sense a rout. The Fijians are deadly. You can contain them, and then one of their big guys, just like a Mack truck, runs over someone in the middle of the pitch. The defense collapses to get over on that line break. The wings open up, and they burn you. So let's see what Fiji does here. They weren't happy with their World Cup performance last year. But now we are in Japan for the Pacific Cup of Nations. USA, Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, Japan, and Canada competing in the six-nation competition. 2 pools, 3 teams apiece. We're now into the semifinals. USA here is virtue of winning. Craig Evans is our official. Holly Davidson is on the sideline. And then we've got, who else is there? Let's see, I couldn't see who the other ones were. Shoot. Yeah, so Craig Evans is on the pitch as the official for this one. So USA gets some quality officials on the pitch. Here we go. The whistle blows. Craig sends it down. The USA does not get the start. It's knocked into touch. Who's going to have it? I think it's Fiji. Here they talk. It is Fiji. Off a USA player. So, yeah, Craig Evans, side judge there, gets the message from up in the TMO. So already the Eagles in trouble here with a Fijian line out just outside the 22. Poor thrown out, but line out, but it has a very fortuitous bounce for the Fijians, goes backwards, and they get it. Greg Peterson in there. Ball pops out. No knock on, but the Eagles have managed to pinch that ball. Well done. The turf is pretty torn up, folks. A lot of chips out of this turf. A lot of rugby's been played on. Nice kick down the pitch by the Eagles, all the way back to the other 22. It's fielded down there by the Fijians. Their right wing comes up, kicks it over the top. Now we start playing badminton. Caught on the fly back here by the Eagles, and that's the new player, Toby Fricker, playing at fullback. Ruben DeHaas sends it out to the wing. There goes Nate Augsburger down the sideline. Here come the Eagles over midfield. Augsburger kicks it forward. It bounces. Very generous bounce. Almost came to him. Fijians very fortunate to get that ball. What a brilliant, fantastic, flourishing early series from the Eagles here. But it is a Fijian ball now. 1 minute, 24 seconds into the contest. And the Fijians pick it up and go. Now we see their big boys pushing people around for the first time, and we'll see a lot of that tonight, unfortunately. Game is being played in Japan, Hanoi. It's in Japan at the Prince, what's the name of Prince something stadium? Prince Shiguma? Something like that. Yeah. Boy, Nate Augsburger did a brilliant job there. Boy, it almost worked out for him. Yeah, he executed well, but the Fijians get the ball. He's the captain tonight. 46 test matches for Nate Augsburger. Lineout is good for the Eagles. They go over the middle. Boy, the Eagles look kind of small out there compared to their opponents, to say the least. Lopetti looked tiny carrying that ball. Now, Fiji not rolling away, so easy early period for the Eagles can get 3 points here if Chris Mateen is up to it. So it's in front of the post inside the 22. They're going to kick to the wing. Here's the chase is on, and it will be taken by the Fijians. We're going to come back for the penalty. The Fijians were not rolling away, impeding play. So Chris Matina will get a chance to put us up. I wonder where Luke Carty's at. He's been playing fly half for us, and he's been doing a very good job. So Chris Matina, someone I've interviewed when he played for Rugby United in New York a few years back. And he's going to kick it. This is from about 18 meters away. Easy kick. I shouldn't say that. Chance for the USA to draw first blood less than 3 minutes into the contest. He moves for the mark. Puts the tee down. As I said, Craig Evans is the official. Holly Davidson from Scotland. So Wales and Scotland. I didn't see who the other officials were. And they weren't listed and announced before the game. Chris Patina only has 6 test matches. Seems like he had more. He got his first test match many, many years ago. Here's the kick. Good. Right through the post. The USA draws first blood against the Flying Fijians 3-0. Courtesy of a dumb penalty by Fiji. Thank you for that. We'll take that. Hey, at least we can say we were in the lead. We never quit playing rugby. Yeah, you need to know the history there. I'll help you out with that, Hanoi Tripper. So the USA won the first and second, and then it was the end of the Olympics. Only in the first 1920, 1924 in France, USA won both of those with a college team. There was no professional team. There were no club teams. We've been playing rugby in the United States since the 19th century. We are the second largest rugby nation in the world with more registered rugby players than any other country in the world except the United Kingdom, or England, I should say. And that ball bounces down the pitch, but went straight in touch. Big mistake by the Eagles, going to come all the way back. Yep, so unfortunately, Ruben de Haas kicks it into touch, and now once again, the Fijians are back down just outside the 22. Going to have a line out here. So the USA didn't disband. We didn't have a national side. They just threw a bunch of college players together, and they went there. Almost nobody had national sides back then except some European teams and Southern Hemisphere teams. So the USA, money was poured into baseball and then football after that, and rugby took a back seat. But it still growed, and at the club level, that line out is pinched by the Eagles, but they're chasing it down. They did get it about 15 meters back from where the line out was. So we're inside the 22 now. The Fijians are off sides here. I don't know why. They're also hands in the ruck. They got to steal the ball, but that was illegitimate and illegal. Craig Evans gave them a big break there. So they have the ball once again. Now they're going to try to go forward. Phases here. Eagles defense is up for it. And yeah, off the feet, there's a penalty against the Fijians. They have a habit of doing that. Bad play at the breakdown, which can be their Achilles heel. Hopefully that will keep the Eagles in the game tonight. So Mick Byrne is the head coach of Fiji up in the booth. So we didn't develop clubs or a national side, and we didn't have a national side in 1984 or 1982 when I became a rugby fan. And I looked around, therefore I became a Springbok fan, a storied franchise, storied national side. Scott Lawrence up in the booth. So I became a Springbok fan. We got a national side in 1984, but it was an amateur sport, and there were no professional sports in the USA until 2015 when we had a short-lived pro rugby. That's the line out wasn't straight, but the Eagles get away with it. So over the middle, here they come. USA, Paddy Ryan with the carry. Ruben de Haas comes back this way. He's thrown out like a rag doll by the Fijians, grab him by the jersey and toss him to the ground. Could not break away. So from the breakdown, Eagles with the ball now, trying to do something. Fijians in the way, not getting out of the way again, but this time not called for the penalty. Call to use it. De Haas better get out of there because that new rule. Let's go, please. He's warned him twice. De Haas this time kicks it high into the air inside the 10-meter line. The Fijians up in the air. They knock it on. That'll work out well for the Eagles. Going to have a scrum advantage here. Jack Iscaro. There's a kick down the pitch. That advantage is going to be over now. Down to around 5 meters. They kick it. And under pressure, Fiji gets it in a touch. It's a pretty good kick considering the pressure he was under. But the Eagles will have a line out at the 22 on the far side of the pitch. So we didn't have any club rugby, and we didn't join the professional age of rugby when it got into the World Cup in 1995 after that. So we lost a few decades of development there. And so pro rugby came around in 2015, lasted for one season. The problem is the entire league was owned by one person, and there was competition with USA Rugby. They wouldn't release players, and they weren't happy. Oh, there's a line break for the Eagles. Nate Augsburger offloads. Come on! 5 meters out. The Eagles are down there. They throw the ball up. Oh, it's knocked on. It's knocked on. They got overexcited 1 meter out, and they turned the ball over. A chance to go up 10-0. That was unfortunate. Oh, my goodness. They had it. A beautiful line break there, started by Nate Augsburger, who was playing out of his mind, playing really well for the Eagles. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. The Eagles were successful in that line out, and De Haas gets it over to Matina. Matina back to the inside to Nate Augsburg, and then he offloads that ball back to Lopetti. Lopetti gets down to the 1 meter line and then just tosses the ball recklessly. Oh, my goodness. What a stupid mistake. So another line out for the Eagles here, but this one's inside the 22. It's good. Well, they barely get it. They come down with it into a maul. The Eagles are now 10 meters away, but this maul is going nowhere. The Fijians are twice their size. I don't know, eating a lot of friggin' pine. Oh, ball pops out, and the Eagles get it because it went backwards, thankfully. It was a huge tackle there. Lucky that the ball went back. Oh, boy, there's Fijians are going for the knees, and here they are, hands in the ruck. Oh. So stolen by Fiji, even though he came in from the side. They let him get away with it. So the USA turns the ball over deep. Remember this sequence of play in the 5 minutes, the 8 minute mark, where the Eagles had the ball at the 1 meter line, failed to score, get the ball back, and turn it over in scoring position. So that is probably a key moment at the end of the day. We'll see what happens. So that's the history. That's why. Hanoi, does that help? Okay. Here's the line out successful by Fijians. That ball gets inside to Nasiasila. They're into them all. Eagles are at the back of that. They better get out of there. That's going to be a penalty. But the Fijians are rolling up the pitch now. The USA cannot figure out their act. No changing bind. Well, how can you tell if anybody's got a bind? It's just a mass, like an amoeba out there. Whistle blows. The ball doesn't advance. The Eagles get it back. It'll be a scrum. Good defense there by the Eagles. Wow. So it's a seesaw game at the moment. Just 3 points on the board. Eagles squandering a golden opportunity to get themselves a try. And Fiji not threatening thus far. Boy, Jack Ascaro's already out of breath. Already 2 penalties and 2 turnovers against the Fijians in the first 10 minutes. So every 2 minutes, something good going on for the Eagles from that standpoint. Let me take a look at who's in the chat over here. Jean Raynel, bystander, Sasha Feinberg. I'm well. How about yourself? Stephen Van Wyk, JB, Najkat Ali. Is that right? Sorry. Crouch. Fine. 904 to 901 in the pack weights. It is Najkat Ali. Hanoi Tripper, I think it would make an interesting video to make about you. Yeah, it would be. I'll be back to watch as soon as the Australian national racing ends. Just popping it. Raven 187. Okay, enjoy the racing. Yep. So scrum gets turned over. The Fijians win it, and now we're going to scrum again. This time the Fijians will have the ball. Oh, it's a knock-on. Excuse me. De Haas came out of there with the ball and then knocked it on. So now it's a knock-on advantage for Fiji. So we won our scrum, but then we turned the ball over immediately. Oof, not good. So 2 turnovers for the USA and 1 penalty. Crouch. Bind. Well, I can hear Craig Evans very clearly. Set. Ball's in the pipe, put in there by Lomani. And they win the penalty to the Fijians against the Eagles for going down. So Fiji get to kick it down the pitch for some territory. The Eagles making mistake after mistake now. This is what kills them, their lack of fitness and their mistakes. It was evident in the Japan game. Really, really. They were out of that game for a long time. It came back. It was eventually 31-24. They were within striking distance, and then they fell apart late because they weren't fit. I don't know how these players can play rugby and not be fit. All right, so here we go. You can look at them. They're already gassed just 11 minutes into this game. The Fijians looking much healthier out here. Line out successful, not challenged by the Eagles. Oh, and the Eagles just stand around and let the scrum half squirt through there. He picks up about 5 meters. Now they come up. Paddy Ryan with a nice tackle there for the Eagles. Fiji now trying to work down the pitch. They're getting a few meters every carry. Down close, not too far from the 22. Still driving. These guys are huge. Now we're down to the 22. They've picked up a lot of territory here. Very successful way to move the ball. And they've got space on the outside, but nice tackle there. That was by, if that is penalty for not releasing the ball, was it Jason Dom who made the tackle? I haven't called his number yet. I can't see the face. That was the number on the jersey. That doesn't look like Jason Dom. That's who's supposed to be wearing the number 5 jersey. Yeah, that is not Jason. Oh, is that Jason Dom? Yeah, it is Jason Dom. He looks a lot different than the last time I saw him. He's got a little bit of little face chia pet going on there. All right, so Chris Matina will kick it for some territory for the Eagles here. And Luke Cardi did a great job on that last time. 3 penalties now for Fiji, 2 for the USA. Matina gets the Eagles down the pitch. Now, Fiji's looking gassed too, and they are also sweating. Must just be really humid in Japan right now. It's odd, as Japan is also headed into fall here very soon. Welcome to the 55 people currently here listening. Appreciate it. USA line out. They've got 31 of their 34 so far in this competition. Oh, but not that one. They had to jinx them, didn't I? That's pinched by the Fijians. So USA turns it over inside the 10-meter line. Here come the flying Fijians. Tackle made there. And it's Matina being held in, so Craig Evans doesn't give Fiji a penalty. Oh, nearly chased down. The ball's kicked high into the air. Let's see who gets this one Fricker gets it. Boy, that guy has really got some blonde hair. Oh, he's picked up some space after catching that ball. Good job on the high ball. Ruben DeHaas brings it to the near side. Lopetti kicks the ball high into the air, but it's going to be caught by the Fijians inside their 10-meter line, and their fly half kicks the ball back down the pitch. Nope, that's going to go all the way back. Yep, kicked it straight out, so that's going to be a good deal for the Eagles. Ooh, as Caleb Muntz kicked that ball straight down on the line. Tough break for him. He had all the space in the world to put it down there, and he hits the line. He can barely see the line, too. But the call was made correctly, and we move back down the pitch. Caleb Muntz is the fly half. He's got 8 tests to his credit for Fiji. So the Eagles will get this ball at the Fijian 10-meter line. This will be the first lineout for Sean McNulty, who plays for the Miami Sharks expansion team in Major League. That wasn't straight either. He gets away. I'm sorry, second lineout for him. That wasn't straight. Lopetti now getting a lot of work for the Eagles through the middle. Ball picked up by Ruben DeHaas. Brilliant young scrum half for the USA. DeHaas goes wide on the outside. Here we come. Nice passing out there. Good work by the Eagles, working it down, matriculating down the pitch, but they better release it. DeHaas gets the ball. Paddy Ryan with the carry now. He's hit hard. And that ball is picked up by Fiji. It's loose, but we're going to come back for a penalty. They were offside. Agreed, Craig Evans. Not just because I'm a USA fan, but they were clearly offside. That's why they're able to get up the pitch so quickly with the ball. So will the Eagles kick for the post? Leading 3-0 at this stage while they try to rack up some more points. Or are they going to kick for the corner? I think they're going to go for the post. It's a bit of an angle on this one, yes. So this is no guarantee on this. But the Eagles are going to take the points on offer here. Let's hope they can get it. Early evening in Japan, folks, in Tokyo, where this game is being played. It's just after 7 p.m. there now, about 7:21. 6:21 a.m. here. This is the first of a triple header. If you hang around, you'll be automatically redirected here on Rugby Ascendant after this to the Lions hosting the Cheetahs at Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Following that will be the big spectacle at Loftus Versfeld, the Bulls hosting the Sharks, who beat them last week in Durban. But that really didn't matter. It's just bragging rights. What matters is today for the semifinal action in the Currie Cup. After 10 rounds, it's down to 4 teams. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Matina. Here comes the kick. Fingers crossed. He's got the distance, but he missed it. Oh, told you it wasn't guaranteed. Oh, we missed Luke Carty. That was 6 points. It was points guaranteed with Luke Carty. Our top 2 fly halves are not available. Don't know why. If Carty's injured, because he played last week. And here, they Fiji, instead of kicking, they tap it over to the 22. And the USA wasn't ready for it, so they have the ball. And well done by Fiji. The USA doesn't even get it back. That's charged down by the Eagles, but then knocked on. But the knock-on is missed. Yeah, okay, they did catch it. Side judge did catch it. The Eagles knocked it on. Shame, because right down the middle went Helu, and Helu is headed. Oh, there's a penalty. Offside. The Eagles were offside. That ball was charged down, yep. All right, so there's an offside penalty against Eagles. Yeah, I don't see who the penalty was on. So far in this game, Paddy Ryan's having a heck of a game for the Eagles. He's all over the place. And Ruben DeHaas is having mixed results. Fiji kicks it. That's a decent kick. That's going to get them down inside the 22. Well done there by Caleb Muntz. That's a nice kick for Fiji. So once again, they're threatening, but the last 2 times they've had it down here, they've given the ball up rather quickly. Let's see if the Eagles can steal the line out again. Fijians had a little bit of trouble with their line out so far. Their scrums look good, but their line out's not so impressive. 17:36 in the first half. Line out not challenged into a maul, and the Eagles, again, have no answer for that maul. And Fiji driving, they're going to get themselves a try unless they collapse here. They're down to just a few meters away now, and finally the tackle is made 6 meters out. Oh, Fiji now threatening here. Eagles penalty against them for not rolling away. Oh, my goodness. So they're playing advantage, our Fiji, as if they needed any advantage here. What, driven back. Nice tackle there. Oh, that's off the feet. Come on, that should overturn. Fiji players diving off his feet into the ruck. And again, off the feet. 2 players in a row just off their feet, jumping in on the side. 3rd time. My goodness, Craig, how about calling this penalty here? I know they have advantage, but stop playing. This is ridiculous. Into the 5-meter line. Fiji going through a lot of phases. They got numbers on the outside. They go high over the top, and then it's lost. forward, but they're going to blow the whistle. They're going to come back for the advantage. They were playing advantage the whole time. So Fiji, get ready, USA. They love the quick tap. They love the quick tap. No, there's not going to be any quick tap here. And they call for a scrum. Ikanivera, the captain, says, let's scrum. So Craig Evans whistles for a scrum. Yeah, that ball was lost on the outside there by Karwalevu. Lost that ball forward out there. So now we'll have a scrum. Boy, Jason Dom is, yeah, he looks seasoned and older now. Great to see him wearing that Eagles jersey. Don't know how many tests he's got now, but I remember when I said he was going to be called up, and he is. But to be fair, his head coach now is Scott Lawrence, who was his head coach when he was in Atlanta. So what else you got here? Place of refuge is here. Raven says hit the like button. Hanoi, how do you choose the Springboks? Did you watch the Curry Cup in the 80s or test? No, I wasn't able to, Hanoi. Good question. The reason, so we're on a break here. Pausing the action. Jack Iscaro is getting some attention. Yeah, so the reason I picked the Springboks was I'm a historian, studying history in college when the game was introduced to me. And we didn't have a national side, and there were no clubs, so the way you watched rugby was these domestic competitions. We didn't have that. We did have rugby on campus, but it was club stuff. That wasn't of interest to me. So I looked at the national teams and looked around at the history. And there's no way I could root for England or France. And I looked at New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa. And South Africa had a storied history. And I said, you know what? I'm interested in African history. So I'm going to support Springboks. And that was in 1982. Yep, kind of became a Springboks fan. And shortly after that, I became a Western Province fan. Possessions, even, Steven, 50-50. Territory, 51-49 in favor of USA. Yeah, so tackles made, 20 and 22. Tackles missed, 3 by Fiji. Meters made, USA's got more there, 113-69. Yep, so pretty even game thus far. But the Eagles, Jack Iscaro's going out of the game, but he's trotting off the pitch. That's interesting. So, well, what's going on there? Is he going to be replaced then? So Iscaro comes off. That means that Jake Turnbull will come in for him. I don't know if he's injured or what, but he didn't look too good. But as I said, he tried it off the pitch. So Iscaro goes out. Might be a head injury assessment. It's 19 minutes and 1 second. So just a quarter of the way through the game, USA got the lead, but they're about to lose it here unless they can get a turnover or pinch the ball back. So another scrum. This scrum is about 6 meters out. USA called for offsides and gave Fiji a long advantage. They didn't capitalize on that advantage. So 5-meter scrum now for flying Fijians. Team everyone expects to be rolling all over the Eagles right now are trailing. Set. Fiji puts in a big surge from their scrum. They come out the sideline. Oh, big move there, but the tackle is accomplished. And there's the try. Is it held up? I can't see. We're going to go TMO. I can't tell if he awarded a try or he did held up. He put his arm up, then it came back down. Then look, he did this, but I couldn't see it because of the camera angle. So they're going to go to the TMO. I have no idea what the call is here, and I can't tell you. I could not see it. Players everywhere.
Fijian player made a ground in prior to being hit back.
Well, the celebration of the Fijian players was...
Yeah, the Fijian players really didn't accelerate. I think they know that they don't have a try here. Have the Eagles escaped? Let's see.
Initial run.
Let's see if the Fijian players have escaped or not. Or the Fijian, the USA has escaped here. They've got a little bit lucky here. TMO review. Okay, here we go. I don't think it's down. They're trying to say it's down. I don't see it down. Okay, here's another angle here. I can't see the line from here. You can't. This is not compelling to overturn it. Also, oh, there's a hand under that. These Kiwi announcers claiming it's down. Okay, let me see this angle. This is better. Okay, no, it isn't. He's off camera. Nope, not down. It's under his arm. That's not down. No, that's short. That's short. There's not enough to overturn this, so he didn't give it a try, so it should be a free kick from the goal line. Let's see what the decision is.
Ground in. So
Craig Evans says, I'm not seeing a clear grounding.
See his arms underneath. There's another hand that goes underneath there.
So he's saying no clear grounding. They're still looking at it. It's going to be held up. It's Holly Davidson. No try. Woo, Eagles escape. Very fortunate. Great defense there. Thomas Tuivasa is the one that had his hands under that, the big number 8. This is the 9th test match for the Eagles. Well, we escape one there. Whew. All right, we should be leading 6-0, and we almost were trailing 7-3. All right, Chris Mattina with a free kick from former Rugby United New York player. That's not a very good kick, only out to the 10-meter line, not even in midfield. So here come Fiji again, already down inside 30 meters before the first tackle's made. Give up a lot of territory there. Coming to the near side, there's only one USA player out here. It's the fullback. He makes the tackle. Eagles arrive. Now their defense is set. Fiji goes back to the center. Tackle made there. Jake Turnbull making his first tackle of the game, just since coming in moments ago for Jack Iscaro. Nice tackle here by the Eagles. That's a knock-on advantage being played. It'll be a scrum to the Eagles. Boy, Fiji making a lot of mistakes here. You can't make these mistakes and give these Eagles a little hope here. I mean, they've got Nate Augsburger out there, who's a wing extraordinaire. And we saw Lopete's also quite fast. And if it wasn't for some, impetuous, poor decision-making by Lopete at nearly the try line, the Eagles would be up 8 or 10-0 right now. So you can't keep giving them chances. You can wind up paying for that. So the Eagles have a scrum now. This is just short of their 10-meter line. Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady. Oh, they're driven back hard. Fiji's going to win this one. Oh, the Eagles are just buried. I haven't seen a scrum collapse like that in my life. My goodness, it was like they just threw them back 5 meters and they win the penalty. Standing up at the scrum, the Eagles were not even in that scrum. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible. What happened there? What happened there? My goodness. So that results in a penalty, and now they're going to kick to tie the game up, 21 minutes. So the first quarter of the game won by the Eagles, 3-0, and we're into the second quarter now, nearly 22 minutes, but Fiji a chance to tie things up. The Eagles, again, missed a kick. Could add 6 points. Chris Mattina missed an easy kick. Not too easy. Caleb Muntz, second most points in this competition with 27. So not the guy you want kicking. Here's the kick. That's an easy one. I don't see how he misses this. And he doesn't, and it's 3-3. Caleb Muntz puts Fiji on the board, and we are all knotted up at 3 apiece in Tokyo, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Pacific Cup of Nations. 6 teams from the Pacific Nations. Don't forget the USA is Pacific Nation. The entire West Coast plus Alaska and Hawaii are in the Pacific Ocean. So we are a major Pacific nation. Here's the restart. Chris Mattina now kicks it to the far side of the pitch, short of the 22. Bounces over there on the turf. And in touch, kick back by Fijians, keeping it alive. Inside their 22 now, dancing, but not faking out anyone. Jason Dom is there. No, it was once again Tuivasa. Kicks it down the field to Fijians. And Fricker gets the ball. He hands it off to Augsburger to Chris Mattina, who just slices through the Fijian defense, goes through 8 defenders as if they were Swiss cheese. De Haas goes wide on the outside. Now the Eagles have a chance here. They got to move quickly, though. Oh my goodness. So Fricker picks up a bit of a mess here to try to clean it up. And the ruck is just ugly looking. The Eagles have lost some space back to about midfield. De Haas knocks it on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ruben Haas knocks it on at midfield. So instead of kicking it down the pitch and putting the Fijians back deep, now they're going to have a scrum at midfield. We just saw what happened to scrum moments ago. Boy, Fricker was tackled immediately. Kawara Levu, his third test match, made that tackle, the right wing. So another scrum here for the Fijians, and the last one went very well for them, resulted in them tying the game. as the Eagles collapsed, completely collapsed in that scrum. Don't know what happened there. Welcome to everybody that's here. Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. We appreciate tuning in for this. Unfortunately, I can't show the game. That's a copyright infringement, a copyright claim. It would be a strike, and I would lose my channel. Can't have that. So, bind. So we do this live, play-by-play color commentary. Set. And again, Fiji drives the Americans back. And they pick it up. And they come away with Lomani now. Nice carry there by the scrum half. Lomani picks up a lot of territory before he finally gets tackled by the Eagles. Eagles flirting with disaster here. Tackle made by Chris Matina in the center of the pitch. He gets back on side. Fiji now piercing that USA defense, struggling to get back on side. Again, the fitness of players comes into play as Paul Mullen has a hard time getting off the turf. Ball pops up. That's a knock-on, but not called by Craig Evans. How did that happen? You're going to kick it inside of 22. Picked up down there by the Eagles. Is it Mooneyham? And it rolls into touch. And it will be Holly Davidson signals to be Fiji's ball. Eagles lose it. Now starting to make mistakes over there. Oh, my goodness. Now they got a head of steam, Fiji. Going to have a line out here. Boy, I don't know what's going on. That scrum was just blown back. They never went straight up, so no penalty call, but they lost about 8 meters, and then Fiji just picked it up and ran with it. My goodness. The Eagles have got to solve that. That was not a problem for the first several scrums. Suddenly the scrums are a disaster. And it's not even with Turnbull coming in, because the first time they had a scrum, Turnbull, it was successful. Are they switching to a scrum here? What's going on? No, they're not, but they're giving Fiji all the time in the world to do what they want. So the team captain, Ikaniveri, goes back over. Ikaniveri to throw it in for Fiji, who've had some terrible lineouts so far, but it hasn't really penalized. The Eagles steal this one. They've got it bound around the 5-meter line. Oh, my gosh, what a mess down here for the breakdown. I cannot see where the ball is. Players everywhere off their feet. DeHaas comes away with it. Oh, Fiji's off sides. I mean, they're there 5 meters deep when the ball's caught. And they have a try. The hell is that? What the hell is that? Fiji gets a try. Oh, my goodness. So let's see what happens here. The Eagles steal the ball. Here's the replay. They pick it up. But he's off sides, man. How come that's not called? You can't be 5 meters deep when the ball arrives. I mean, he threw it like 3 feet. Here it is right there, offside. But they wind up with the ball. Who got it? I think number 8 got it. They still haven't identified who scored the try. I think it's number 8. Yeah, wow, what a mess. Yeah, it was kind of Kaivata. Yeah, that's going to take me a half hour to type up the try score there. So Eagles, as I said, have screwed the pooch here. Hardly a surprise. Mistake after mistake after mistake. Caleb Bunce converts the kick, so lots of vowels here. Fiji gets a try, and it's now 10-3. Eagles should have been up 6-0, but now they're trailing. Well, we knew this was coming. Hopefully they can get their act back together. And the restart is underway here. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix something on my screen here. There we go. It's 10-3 now. Fiji out in front. Fiji is big favorite in this game. Here's the kick down the pitch by Fiji. Fricker has it. Goes over his 10-meter line. Avoids 3 tackles. Gets up just short of midfield. Ruben DeHaas comes to the middle. Jake Turnbull with the carry. And, playing the number 9. Thank you. That's a kickable penalty if it was Luke Carty. And we would have a chance to make it 10-9 right now. But Luke Carty's not here, so we're going to have to kick for territory. Not really sure why Luke Carty's not here. No mention of it. The media coverage of this game is terrible. So Chris Matina will kick this. His last kick was average. And this one is also average, but better. So the lineout's going to get the Eagles down just outside the 22. So Let's see if they can't get something going here. Remember, they, as I said, in that first 5 to 8 minutes, a 3-minute period there in which they did not score. Okay, Iskar is coming back into the game now. It must have been HIA. Still haven't got any indication from the television crew or the statisticians why Jake Iskar went out of the game. I believe it was an HIA because it's been 10 minutes. So we're back to the starting lineup now for both sides. No replacements on the pitch as Iskar comes over and tells Sean McNulty what's going on, gives him directions. Here's the line out. Eagles need to get this one secure. They have not secured the last couple lineouts. Ball goes up, not challenged by Fiji. DeHaas over to the middle. Here comes Lepetti. Lepetti gets tackled in the middle of the pitch, and Fiji not rolling away, interfering with the 9, but no call there. And Tuivasa for the Eagles goes forward. Pick and go by Paddy Ryan. Now we're inside the 22. And a nice counter ruck from the Eagles because Fiji nearly poached it. They go wide. Do the Eagles bouncing off tackles out there. Brilliant stuff by Dominic Bissach. Now they come back. We're around the 22 now, flirting with that 22. Jason Dom with a carry. They go wide. Oh, driven almost into touch, but the Eagles managed to come back and get it, but they've lost 15, 20 meters. Tackled. Boy, pushed back by Caleb Muntz almost to midfield here. The Eagles from the 22, 10-meter line now. They worked their way backwards. Shame. Ruud DeHaas to Chris Matina. Matina nearly gets another line break. Boy, he is really causing some chaos with ball in hand. Ruben DeHaas, nearly throws it away. Nice job there by Bissach. Bissach breaks through. My goodness, but he's tripped up. He gets down there. And the Eagle goes off their feet. It is Paul Mullen who falls down and turns the ball over at the 22 when we were driving. Shame. And what's that? Did somebody subscribe? Steve just subscribed. Thank you, Steve, for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mr. Billy says, come on, Fiji. No, come on, Eagles. Oh, my goodness. So Fiji will kick for some territory. That looks like a decent kick. Going to put them back on the USA side of the pitch at about 41 meters out. So the Eagles making mistakes at times. They can ill afford it. That's why they're trailing now. I mean, they stole that line out. All they had to do was get a clearance kick, and still they turn it over, and Fiji gets a try. They had the ball at the 1 meter line after incredible line break, and then Lepetti just throws it up, throws it away. That's not even remotely straight. Oh my goodness, Craig Evans, you need a pair of glasses, brother. These lineouts are not straight. Only 1 or 2 of them have been straight, and they're not being called for not being straight. Tackle made by the Eagles. Fiji comes to the near side. Caleb Muntz dancing around, still dancing, using Craig Evans as a screen. The official. Fiji goes wide, far side of the pitch. Tackled by Jack Iskara. Now they're going to go outside again. Eagles are there. Defense holding up, but they need to get a turnover here. Well, that looked like a little bit offside there by the Eagles, but no call. And we come back to the near side of the pitch. Eagles are there, but I don't think we've been in the wing. Let's get the defense out here. Here we come. Ball is kicked through, and it goes into touch. So, yep. Nice kick there. These Kiwi announcers. Smart footy by Fiji. Smart footy by Fiji as they kick the ball down there. That's smart play. The Americans now have a line out. It's good footy. Good footy. Good footy. God. The worst English accent in New Zealand. All right. Not like the South African, the Irish. Or the Australian, which is not bad. Eagles line out successful, and they're working their way up the pitch now. They got a little bit of pace to it. DeHaas going to kick it away with a box kick over the top. There's somebody down. Fijian player getting treatment down here. Ball is knocked backwards by Fiji on the high ball. They secure it just on the opposite side of midfield. Now they're driving up, and they hit right at midfield. Tackles made. Breakdown work going on. Here's Muncie. He's going to kick it, looking for 50-22. But that ball's caught on the fly down there, and the mark taken by Fricker. Pacific Cup of Nations. And then sometimes they say Pacific Nations Cup, so who knows what it is. Pacific Nations Cup is a better name, I think. We got 50 people currently here. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Appreciate it. Here's a kick down the pitch by Eagles. And how far does he get? Not quite to midfield, Fricker. Toby Fricker. This is his debut. Never seen him play as an Eagle. His first time playing as an Eagle. 10-3. 33 minutes in the first half. After this, folks, there'll be a short break at this game, and then we'll be off to South Africa for Currie Cup semifinal action. Eagles make a nice tackle there. Jason Dom with another tackle. Fiji, pick and go, pick and go, pick and go. And they're matriculating down the pitch. Now, there's an obstruction there by Fijian players not called by Craig Evans, blocking Jason Dom from making a tackle. No call made there. Should have been a penalty on Fiji. 5 phases now. Here's 6. And there's Muntz, throws it over the top. On the wing out here. Who's got it? Oh, that's lost forward by Fiji. Yep, and I think the Eagles lost it 4-2, so probably going to have a scrum. 2 knock-ons there. Fiji knew they had some space out there and losing that ball. That was a forward pass there, too. Boy, that was missed by Holly Davidson. She missed that entirely on the wing. She could see it was forward from where she was at. 10-3. 34 minutes in the contest now. Again, this is semifinal Pacific Cup of Nations. Substitution coming in for the Eagles. Don't know if this is a performance substitution or if it's an injury. But I would say it's performance because Paul Mullen, who's been disastrous for the Eagles so far, goes out. It's cost them dearly. And Pono Davis comes in. So hopefully Pono can perform better here. Let's see how it goes. But pretty early to be coming in the game at 34 minutes. Yeah, Mullen has been a disaster out there tonight. Crouch. Bind. Eagles scrum. Set. They've been blown apart in the last few scrums. Let's see if they can hold up. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. Whew, they do. Ruben DeHaas over to Lopetti. Lopetti's been doing a lot in this game. Hands in the ruck. No call there against Fiji. They had their hands in the ruck. Eagles drive forward here. Paddy Ryan with a carry. Lopetti's injured now. Oh, he's in a lot of pain. That's disastrous for the Eagles if he's injured because he's limping down the pitch as they kick the ball high into the air. But Lopetti, oh, that ball's dropped. Knocked on by Fiji. That's going to be a good break for the Eagles. That'll give Lopetti a chance to stretch and see if he's okay as we go to another scrum. Eagles kick it down the pitch, and the Fijians just lose it. Right through his arms. Just straight through his arms. Yep. All right, so Ruben DeHaas, a brilliant job there with that box kick. So I think Lopetti's getting treatment over around the 10-meter line. We've stopped the clock at 35:02. Hopefully he's not hurt because he's been a spark plug for the Eagles so far, other than one mistake after that line break of tossing the ball away. Looks like he's going to stay. Looks like he's going to stay. I don't know if he just pulled a hamstring or something or a little tweak or twinge there. But it must be quite warm. Players are sucking down the fluids right there. So it'll be a scrum for the Eagles. They need to win this one. Tuaroa says, I've been waiting for this all week. Well, thanks for being here. I'm guessing you're rooting for the Flying Fijians, a team I've had the pleasure of watching multiple times at multiple World Cups. Always exciting team to watch. They are just monsters. Physically. Huge. Behind. Set. DeHaas puts it in. The Eagles have got to win the scrum, and it's going to collapse there. That should be a penalty for the Eagles, but not called. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lopetti, who just was injured, is there. He doesn't have quite the same speed he had a few moments ago, and they catch him pretty quickly. DeHaas has the ball at the 10-meter line, and it's knocked on by, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Fiji has the ball now. Sean McNulty, I don't know what he was thinking. Just knocked it onto the Eagles. Squander another scoring opportunity here in the first half. What the hell? You guys need to keep your head in the game. You're representing the country here, traveling all the way around the world and just, sandlot play here from the Eagles. This is not acceptable. All right, so 36 minutes. We're down to 3.5 minutes in the first half. Fiji is not running away with this game. And in fact, quite frankly, the Eagles should be ahead. The Fijian try never should have happened. A big mistake by the Eagles, squandering and turning over the ball at their own try line. Easy gift of a try. Otherwise, it would be 3-3. And frankly, the kick missed by Chris Matina should have been 6-0. So instead, it's 10-3 Crouch. Fiji's scrum. Bind. Set. Lomani puts it in there. This thing goes sideways here. They're going to reset it. Yep, Craig Evans blows the whistle. We're down to 3 minutes remaining in the first half now. Oh, boy. Very biased Fiji, or not Fiji, excuse me, very biased Kiwi announcers on this broadcast. My goodness. 2.5 minutes remain in this semifinal first half. Fiji, USA. Fiji with the scrum bind, short of midfield, set, just over their 10-meter line. Put the ball in the pipe, and now they wheel it, but the penalty's going to be against the Eagles for going down, but looked to me like the Fijians wheeled that scrum. So Fijians win another scrum, and Jack Iscaro's back in there. So they're going to have to solve this. Their scrums were very good for the first 15 minutes of this game, 20 minutes of this game. Now the Eagles have had one bad scrum after another. Something's going on here. Fiji made an adjustment, or the Eagles simply aren't performing. But something has to make, some decision has to be reached at halftime to figure this out. That's a hell of a kick. Let's see where Hollick Davidson marks it. Yeah, it's going to be inside the 22, and Fiji's on the drive again. Could be a 17-3 lead here at the end of the first half, the way this is going. 7 penalties against the Eagles now, 5 against Fiji. Is Ruben de Haas out? Oh my goodness. Ruben de Haas is out of the game. What is going on? Ruben de Haas. Line out is thrown away by Fiji, but they come away with the ball. It was a loose ball, and the Eagles couldn't get there. So Fiji, far side. Yeah, he's out. Ruben de Haas is out. There's a knock-on. Eagles have a knock-on advantage. That's going to save them. 1 minute left in the half. They get a good clearance kick here by J.P. Smith would be helpful. And he does a good job with a box kick. Wow, that's going to go out almost to midfield. That's brilliant by J.P. Smith. Just coming into the game for Ruben de Haas. 48.5 seconds remain in the first half. If the Eagles could pinch this line out, they can go out of the half, only trailing by a converted try. But Fiji has a line out here. And not challenged. They've got it. Back around midfield. A little double pump, and they try to fake out the Eagles, but the defense is there. Fiji still has the ball over midfield down to the Eagle 45-meter line. They're going to need to get a turnover here. We got 25 seconds left in the first half. Nice inside pass, but the tackle made at the 10-meter line by the Eagles. Fiji goes wide. Oh, and they missed the tackle, but then the ball is knocked backwards by... Why did the Eagles not pick that ball up? I don't understand that. And now here comes Fiji. They could have picked the ball up and ended the half. Ooh. Big hit there by Fiji, running into the Eagles player. Caleb Muntz is tackled in the middle of the pitch. We're over the hooter here. Fiji kicks the ball down the pitch, looking for 50-22. There's nobody home for the Eagles. And it hits the post. Was the hooter off? The hooter went off before the kick. That was a good kick. It hit the post. Would have been a line out 5 meters down there. Anyway, that's going to be halftime. The Eagles are trailing by a converted try. All in all, given the mistakes they made in the first half and the collapse of their maul in the last 20 minutes of the first half, they are in good shape for the moment. But they need to be a little bit of tongue lashing here at halftime. A lot of stupid mistakes. Also some concerns here. We have seen Ruben de Haas come out of the game now. Jack Iscaro got injured earlier. He came out. So 10-3 halftime is the score. Eagles trailing. Semifinal action, Pacific Nations Cup. There you go. So 10-3. So let's put the halftime marker up over here so people know that it is halftime. All right. Tawaroa says rooting for the Eagles. Okay, Tawaroa. So my false assumption there. My apologies for that. Yeah. So, well, cool that you're rooting for the Eagles. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. Lots more rugby coming up today. Again, I'm up here at 5:30 to do this coverage. It's evening in Japan, daytime here. Well, breaking daytime. The sun is beginning to come out now here early in the morning, almost 7 o'clock. On the East Coast of the United States, nearly 8 o'clock in Tokyo, where the game is being played. all in all, not a particularly impressive first half for either side. Eagles should consider themselves very fortunate to be trailing so little. That scrum dominance is really playing a role here in the last 20 minutes of the game. And stupid mistakes and penalties by the Eagles have cost them dearly. Could have had a 10-0 lead there early in the game, around the 8-minute mark, but they turned the ball over. And then a missed penalty kick by Chris Matina cost them dearly as well. Yeah, so interesting. Some challenging stuff going on here for the Eagles. But nonetheless, thanks for being in here with us, Rugby Ascendant. We've got semifinal action coming up after this. I had everything set up last night, including a report about this game, and had to reboot Windows, and it did not restore my tabs in my browser, even though I told it to. Anyway, let me see if I got a recent history. Maybe I can do recent history and find a tab I had open there. So history, recent history. Okay, that's not going to do it there. Nope. Nope. It's like it's completely forgot that I even went to those places. Huh. Interesting. So they're not even there. Let me try this again. History. Try it one more time here, and we'll see what we get. No, it's not there. All right, so this is old news here. Canadian men lose to Tonga. They finished 6th, so Tonga finishes 5th in the Pacific Nations Cup. That's to be expected. Canada's rugby is not up to scratch. Yeah, this is a tournament played over 5 weekends from August 23rd until next week when the finals play. USA gets more rugby exposure in rebranded Pacific Nations Cup to help prepare for hosting World Cups. That's back in February. The road to the World Cup starts right here. Yep. So, this is from Martin Pengelly. He does a great job, I think, for The Guardian when he covers rugby in the U.S. Eagles coach Scott Lawrence has picked college talent and crossovers from football and wrestling in a squad to face Canada and Japan. And now we're playing Fiji. Pacific Nations Cup, in which USA men kick off against Canada back in Los Angeles, was designed to improve playing standards among Tier 2 rugby nations. Next year's PNC will decide qualification for the World Cup in Australia. But this year, Scott Lawrence is planning further ahead for 2031 and the first World Cup on U.S. soil. He says the way to build for 2031 is to be in exposure now. Well, that's true. So, yep. That and a list of absentees due to injury in European club contracts helps explain the presence in Lawrence's squad of 5 uncapped players. Rand Santos, Cal Berkeley Jr., Dom Bissag, St. Mary's Center. Yep, and I don't know if we've mentioned some of these other players. A.J. McGinty's not there. He's playing for Bristol. And David Ainu playing for Toulouse in France. And now Luke Carty is injured, I guess. So, So other players to watch include Pono Davis. I just mentioned him. He's an uncapped tight head. Well, he's capped now. And then Corey Daniel, flanker for Old Glory. He's got 3 tests now. Both are members of a much-discussed, oft-misunderstood species, the crossover athlete. Davis came from Hawaii to rugby from football, where he played defensive tackle for Southern Methodist. Daniel from Maryland was a high school All-American wrestler and competed nationally at the University of North Carolina. Both came to rugby via Glendale, Colorado. That's Rugby Town, USA. Yep, and that's a place they try to unearth rugby talent. So, to those who perennially wonder what the U.S. may do if it converts even a fraction of its college football talent to rugby, Davis, 6 feet 2 inches, 275 pounds, with a shock of black hair, will cut a particularly striking figure. Yeah, Pono Davis is a big guy. Less known outside the U.S. than football, wrestling is equally stacked with talent. Yep. Anyway, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah, they played twice this summer, the Eagles, and they lost both games. They lost to Romania, a game they should have won in Chicago, A.J. McGinty missing 2 kicks, and then lost to Scotland, but that would be expected there. So they've played 4 test matches this summer. They've lost 3. The only game they won is against the hapless Canadians. Oh, boy. So Jake Turnbull, the Anthem prop I mentioned earlier, who came on to replace Paul Mullen, is born in Australia. His mom is an American. Yep. So, right. Good article there by Martin Pengelly. That was 30 August. Thanks for that. Anyway, so halftime here. 10-3, Fiji out in front. And we've got more coverage coming after this. Oh, I've got the website for Pacific Nations Cup. It's pretty glitzy and ritzy, better than most of the World Rugby stuff. Yes, in the pools, Pool A, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga. Pool B, Japan, USA, Canada. And so all the Pacific Islands on one side, and then, Pacific Nations in another. So, yeah, in that qualifying round of 2 games, Fiji won both, 10 points. They had plus 57 points on the log. Samoa finished with 5 points, and Tonga with none. So Samoa and Fiji move on. Fiji playing the USA now, 1 semifinal. Then Japan, who finished first in the other log, 10 points. USA, 5 points. Canada got a bonus point, so they had 1 point. Canada played for 6th place. They finished last in the tournament. Tonga finishes 5th. And now this game here will decide who goes on to the championship game next week. So Japan versus Samoa comes up next. We won't be covering that game because I've got Curry Cup action to cover. So apologies for that ahead of time if you're expecting that. Brian Barberich says, good morning from Durban, from the East Coast. Thanks for your great stuff. Enjoy your day. Hope the Sharks are going to win today. Powerful side. They do have a powerful side. Yeah, it should be interesting. I'll be honest. I'll probably be rooting for the Bulls in that game. No Western Province. So where do I go next on my list? I feel for the Cheetahs. I'll root for them, but I think they're going to get slaughtered today. And I'll also be rooting for the Bulls. So sorry, Sharks fans. Just letting you know ahead of time. Yeah, Tonga ran in 3 first-half tries and relied on some stingy second-half defense to defeat Canada in the 5th-place match today at the Pacific Nations Cup. Yep, so Canada just outmatched. This is from a Canadian report from Tokyo. Tonga ran in 3 first-half tries. While the Canadian men fared well at set pieces, they were hurt by inopportune mistakes, often triggered by some physical Tonga defense. And the flowing Tongan attack took advantage. The young Canadians had the ball in the Tonga end for long stretches of the second half, but were unable to turn that possession into points until the 67th minute when Takoda McMullen slashed through the Tonga defense to cut the deficit to 22-15. Sounds like Takoda McMullen has an Anglo father and a Japanese mother. Canada was reduced to 10 men in the 70th minute when flanker Ethan Fryer was sin-binned for a high tackle. 10 men? How do you get down to 10 men? You have 15 on the pitch. That doesn't make any sense. You lose 5 players that get yellow cards. The ensuing Tongan penalty kick up the lead to 25-17. Yep. Canada lost its opening 2 games of the 6-team tournament, beaten 55-28 by number 14 Japan in Vancouver, and then 28-15 by 19th-ranked USA on the 31st in Carson, California. Tonga lost 43-17 to Samoa, number 13, and 50-19, number 10, Fiji. Yeah, so the USA in this tournament has to play the number 14 and the number 10 team in the world so far. Yeah. Yep. Lots of positives for us, says the Canadian coach, Kingsley Jones. I'm proud of the players, the way they've stuck to it. Just taking those opportunities that we've worked so hard to create is our task to work on. Okay, well, that's putting a positive spin on it. All right, still halftime in Japan. Lots of Pacific Islanders sitting up in the stands, cheering on the Fijians. They always have a crowd. Some American kids down there having fun with a Japanese kid. Somebody's family, Giro Lamy. Who is Giro Lamy? I don't know that name. That was a baseball player. I don't know what that is. It's not anybody on the roster for the Eagles. Giro Lamy. Never heard of him. Anyway, 2 little kids have a personalized sports jersey on that says Giro Lamy. Baseball player. Who knows who that is? Anyway, we're still waiting at halftime for both sides to come out. That first half, Eagles made a lot of mistakes. Fiji made a lot of mistakes. But in the end, it was the USA mistakes that cost them a penalty and then cost them a try. Yeah, very unfortunate. Neither of those points should have been scored by. Oh, I thought this guy was sleeping. There's some Japanese guy sitting up in the stands. Oh, here come that's the Rugby World Cup dudes, little dancers out there. They're dressed up like little pets. I remember those. Japan, a strange place. Love with the 1950s, American 50s. Still to this day. Excuse me. Ooh. And, of course, their anime. All the stuff they're into. Pikachu. Kids up in the stands. What's this little girl doing, picking at her leg or shoe? She and her sister is sitting there. That was something I remember from my World Cup experience in Japan. You get fans at a lot of the games. They hand out little fans where you keep yourself cool. Yeah, the World Cup, that was the best World Cup experience ever. The Japanese were incredible hosts. The tournament was well run. It's unfortunate that Typhoon Hagibis caused such distraction there late in the World Cup. Affected my finish to the World Cup. But nonetheless, it was an incredible tournament. It did cost the Namibians a game against Canada that I predicted the Namibians would get their first ever World Cup victory, and they didn't. It was their best chance to get one, I think. Could have beaten the Canadians, who were really in. Canada has really been suffering. That was 4 years ago, and they were already in trouble. So Canadian rugby has been in trouble for 5 or 6 years now. They used to perpetually beat the Americans. Our rugby's not in great shape, but we're beating Canada just the same. So, not the only country we're beating right now. We lost to Romania, country we normally beat. So, they are bored, the announcers, and they're going around showing people in the crowd here. Here's these kids again. Here's a rope to divide sections of the stadium. These kids are hanging on to it. They're having a lot of fun. Oh, that's cute. Good to see. Anyway, thanks for being here, folks. I really do appreciate it. Can I read you the Sharks lineup? Sure, JB. Well, I had it saved electronically, but no longer. I had to print it out just in case. Hang on. So now I've got to dig it out here. Okay, so at fullback, it's Jordan Hendrickson. On the right wing, Edwin Cater. In the center, Francois Fente, Andre Esterhuizen. Ethan Hooker on the left wing. Sia Masuku is the fly half. Bradley Davids at scrum half. The players coming back out on the pitch now. Pepsi Buthelezi in the 8 jersey. Vincent Chichuka is the captain wearing 7. James Fente is 6. The locks are Emil van Heerden and Corne Raal. In the front row, it's Hanro Jacobs, Fezenbata, Untuku Mkunu. And then off the bench, Ethan Bester, Dian Bluler, Trevor Nyakanye, Gebrand Grobelaar, Emmanuel Chichuka, Tian Meyer, Lionel Cronier, and Bester. Okay, that is the Sharks lineup, and the U.S. Eagles back out on the pitch, and closely followed by Fiji, trying not to make a mess here of things. It was not an easy task to address your concern there. All right, so we have it now. Second half about to get started here. Let me turn off the halftime marker. Turn the volume back up on the Kiwi announcers. Good afternoon, Ulrich. How's it going? So big crowd watching, temperature at Japan. I don't know what the temperature was. How did the first game go? The Canadians lost, Billy. They were beaten badly by Tonga. That's why I was just reading the news report on that. Yeah, it looks like it's warm there. I don't know the temperature. And it is not a big crowd. There'll be a big crowd for Japan. There's a smattering of folks throughout the stadium here. It's not a major stadium. All right, so the Eagles have had some good defense in the first half, really put the pressure on Fiji, but their mistakes have cost them dearly. Ready for the second half here now. Fiji will kick to the Eagles. Or no, the Eagles will kick to Fiji, sorry. Okay, waiting for the whistle here. I don't know if it's television timeout or what's going on here, but it's a long delay here waiting for Craig Evans. There's the whistle finally, and we're ready. Here it is underway, and Matina kicks it short of the 22. Fiji coming forward there. Tackle made, middle of the pitch. Fiji with the ball. Oh, nearly charged down. What was he holding up there for? That ball went about 5 meters. It bounces forward, and the Americans allow the Fijians to pick it up. It was right there available for them, 10-meter line. So box kick works for Fiji, even though it was a very short kick. Nice tackle there. Okay, right winger's out for Fiji. Momo's out, and Drosesi's in. Start second half. Well, Fiji goes wide, but that looked like a knock-on. No, apparently it wasn't. They still have the ball. It was a knock-on. Why? What do you wait so long for? Fiji had the ball. You should have just blown the whistle. Yeah, Holly Davidson confirms it was a Fijian knock-on, so it will be the Eagles' ball. I'm like, wow, that went on for like 20 seconds after the knock-on. Now there's a Fijian player down. Getting some treatment there. I think it's just his boot. Something wrong with his boot. Clock is still going at 41:12. He's helped up. Okay. So USA players stretching down at the end of the pitch, hoping. Oh, okay. Here's a crowd on this side. Yeah, the other side is pretty full. My bad. I never saw that side of the stadium. It looks like a beautiful little field. I couldn't see that side of the stadium because that's where the cameras are at, but we're down to the field camera now, and I can see that that side of the stadium is pretty full. I don't know. It's probably about 30% full for the stadium, maybe 35% full. Not bad, given the fact that it's Fiji and USA, and Japanese probably don't care too much about either side. All right, the Eagles have had a lot of trouble with this scrum since 20 minutes into the game. So let's see if they can sort this out now. J.P. Smith to put it in after Ruben Haas is taken. I don't know if Ruben Haas is taken out for ineffective play or because he was injured. Whistle blows. Too much pressure, says Craig Evans. He's going to restart it. All right, so Eagles looking a little gassed out there. Everybody's looking a little gassed. Lots of sweat on the players. These Eagles jerseys are horrible. They're soaked and stick to the players instantly. Need better jerseys. Crouch. Bind. Set. Eagles are collapsing again. They better get it out of there. They get it out. Smith finally. Lucky there for the Eagles. So they throw it away to Fiji. And they're stripped. So thank goodness it's a knock-on. Paddy Ryan with a carry. So the Eagles playing a knock-on advantage here. Oh, now they get a penalty for crawling on the ground. So that works out better. Ooh, very lucky. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Eagles very fortunate to retain possession there. Off the feet, crawling on the ground. So Chris Matino will kick for territory here, and it'll be an Eagles line out. Very fortunate to escape that. Ball's kicked down into touch. So, looks like some substitution get ready for the Fijians. Eagles the line out outside the 22. First time they threatened a long time, and then they throw the line out away. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. A horrible play there. Lopetti makes the tackle. So, Fiji now on the near side with the ball, driving. Nate Augsburger trying to strip it. Unsuccessful. He gets out of the tackle. Good job by Augsburger, so a penalty isn't called. But Fiji with the ball after the Eagles can't even secure their own line out down around the 22. Here's a box kick high into the air. Let's see who's going to get this. Doesn't go very far once again. And Chris Matina does a great job on the high ball. He comes down with it and picks up about 2 or 3 meters. Fijians, no penalty call there. He's not rolling away. So Greg Peterson in the game now. Oh, they throw it away again. Nate Augsburger has to clean up the mess. They lose about 20 meters. Here comes Augsburger. Augsburger's loose. Oh, he nearly got free. He throws it away, but then it's picked up by one of the Eagles. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he had a nice line break, but they got him by the jersey from behind after he picked up several meters. Eagles with the ball on the outside. Fricker, he's getting nowhere. As I said, Craig Peterson has come in at the lock position for the Eagles. Got a whistle blown here. Oh, penalty for a high tackle. Neck roll. No. That's Eagles there. Can you please tell us which Fijian player has the ball when they're in attack? I understand it's difficult to pronounce names, but maybe at least the jersey numbers. Well, the problem is that I'm not seeing the jersey numbers because the camera angle is shite. When I get the jersey numbers, I do. But the camera angle now, when they go the opposite side, I can see. This is not a very good camera here. So also they're giving me camera angles from the top of the stadium, not down near the pitch, so it's hard to call the numbers. The reason I'm able to pull the Eagles is because I recognize some of the players. Otherwise, it's just right now, I mean, this is the top of the stadium. I can't even see the numbers. Now we got a better camera angle. I'll try, ETH. I'll try. And the lineout successful for the Fijians. Again, I can't see a number. Actually, it's once against the try score, Kana Kavata driving. Fijians drive forward. Can't see the number again. And Lomani offloads that ball. Fijians now on the front foot. Oh, that's going to be a penalty for the Eagles. Stupid play. That's going to be an easy 3 points. Paddy Ryan makes his first mistake of the game by being on the wrong side of the ruck and standing up as the ball's passed by the Fijians scrum half Frank Lomani. So that was a dumb mistake. They're going to go for territory, though, not the post. Fijians want to pour it on here. So Caleb Muntz kicks the ball to the corner. And well, the problem, ETH, isn't just the pronunciation. It's because I don't know any of these Fijian players. I mean, all the Fijian players that I recognize are no longer playing. So now we got another substitution coming for the Eagles. And Fifaletti comes in for the Eagles. So the entire front row is changed out. McNulty's gone. It should be after those horrific lineouts. So Fiji's line out about 8 meters away. That's successful. Couldn't see who it was. The number. He turned his back. Eagles drive them backwards. Can't see where the ball's at. Ball comes out, and it's lost forward by Fiji. Was there a penalty on top of that? Obstruction? Oh, a penalty called against the Eagles. All right, I missed that entirely. I couldn't hear what he said. So Caleb Muntz will kick for a 5-meter line out from 6 meters away. Eagles in a lot of pressure here, 47 minutes into the contest, second half. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel, folks, if you don't mind. We can help grow this channel. It's a lot of effort, time, energy, and money spent on my part to make this channel grow, to bring you these broadcasts. Here we go. Fijian line out. And the captain will throw it in. Ikadeveri. Whistle blows. Craig Evans is talking to both sides about their encroaching in the line out. So Fiji now. Line out successful. That time I can see a number. It's Mani Navua. Navua, and they go into a maul, but the maul is going sideways. Now it's going forward. Craig Evans is looking for something happening here. The Eagles have held up. Did they collapse it? No, they did not collapse it. The ball comes out. Fiji. Oh, big hit there by Fricker. And then the Eagles knocking on. Oh, my gosh. That a golden opportunity. Fricker. Dude, you couldn't get to it. Just dive on it. Oh, my goodness. Knock on USA. There's a knock on right there by Fiji. So the first knock on was by Fiji. We're not going to call that. He even knocked it forward. He did this. He lost the ball and then knocked it forward. Should be Eagles' ball. Yeah, Toby Fricker took a big hit there. He's a debutant today. New England Free Jack. So it should have been the Eagles' ball, but it looks like it's not. I mean, how is that not the Eagles' ball? I mean, the Fijian player lost it forward, and then as he lost it forward, he hit the ball. Or swung at it. It should have been a knock-on against both sides and an Eagles scrum. I can't see who's got the ball, which scrum half. Yeah, it is an Eagles scrum. Okay, I was going to say. 8 handling errors by Fiji, 4 by the Eagles. See, the only thing keeping the Eagles in the game are those handling errors and their defense. Crouch. Bind. Set. J.P. Smith. I think he's also South African born, if I'm not mistaken. He gets it out of there quickly because he knows the scrum is under pressure. Eagles kick it from the far side into touch. Not a very good kick. That was not a good decision. Chris Matina not helping us here. Where is Luke Carty at? It'll be a Fijian line out now. Scott Lawrence shaking his head up in the booth. He's like this. I agree. So from the 22, Fiji comes down with it. Success. It was a nice tackle there by Bisag. Muntz comes wide with the ball for Fiji. Fiji's got something going now. It's Grosese. Grosese gets the ball out there from the 22. They go back the other direction. Caleb Muntz now dancing around the middle of the pitch, but he's chased down by Tuvato for the Eagles. Frank Lomani, the scrum half, throws it. Oh, that looked like a forward pass by Fiji. No call. Still driving forward. It's Isaiah Armstrong Ravula. And Fiji with the ball on the far side of the pitch. Eagles need to get a turnover here. There's too much time being spent in their half. Just nearly thrown away by Fiji. Eagles missed the first tackle. Second effort made by Corey Daniel there. Fiji comes to the near side. Oh, tackle missed again. That's a forward pass. Oh, come on. There's 2 forward passes there. They're going to get a try, and it's going to be a brace for Kana Kavata when there was 2 forward passes there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Missed tackles, 3 missed tackles by the Eagles up near midfield, and then it looked like forward passes. Let's see it again. Maybe I had a bad camera angle. I'll admit that's the case. Okay, that's good. That's a forward pass. That's clearly a forward pass. Yeah, that should be called back. He gets a try here, but the last one was clearly a forward pass, about 2 meters forward, and no call. Yeah, that's a shame. So the bias Kiwi announces such a jaw to watch, and not pointing out that it was a clear forward pass. So the Eagles have really put themselves in a bind here. So. Conversion looks good, and it's 17-3. Eagles in trouble now. 17-3. Neither try should have occurred. Neither try should have occurred. Eagles turning the ball over at the try line, giving a gift of a try earlier, and this one a forward pass. But hey, can't bellyache. You got to perform on the pitch, and USA are not performing on the pitch. So it looks like Fiji is going to go on to the final, probably against Japan. And given how poor Japan has been playing, Fiji could very well be the champions this year. Next year, this is for World Cup qualifications, so the Eagles better get their crap together. Here's a restart by Chris Martina. Barely stays in play. Fiji gets it. Eagles make the tackle on the near side. Nate Augsburger once again being active in there. Boy, he's throwing backwards here. Jack Iscaro pinches the ball, but then he's off his feet. Damn it, he had the ball. They're about to blow the whistle for a turnover. Here's a nice kick over the middle by the Fijians, and Caleb, oh, nicely done. Another nice kick. Good job by the Fijians. And the Eagles running in touch. Wow. Now the flying Fijians are getting into form. Yep, 17-3. Boy, Muntz did a good job on that first kick to get it going. Good bounce right into the hands of the Fijians. It'll be a scrum because it was a knock-on against it. No, it's going to be a line-out for putting it in touch. Well, it's a terrible lineup by Fiji, but they managed to knock it backwards. And they have it at the Eagles' 10-meter line. Once again, USA under pressure. Ball on the wrong side of the pitch. Manavanua goes forward with the ball. They come to the opposite side, on the far side of the pitch, dancing through there. There goes Fiji. My goodness. Tubavua that carries that ball deep after the Eagles try to strip him. Oh, now Fiji throws the ball away loose, but they still have possession. Eagles make the tackle. Yeah, Fiji's starting to find their front foot here. Once again, the ball carried by Manavanua. And Caleb Muntz going to bring it outside here. Eagles, they've got him on the wing again. Two Fijians. Tackle, nice tackle there. Well done by the Eagles. And then Fricker tried to get in and steal the ball, but no dice. Ball's knocked backwards. Caleb Muntz picks it up for Fiji. One of the big front rowers, Samu Tawaka, runs into a wall, including Chris Martina. The Eagles make the tackle, but they're under a lot of pressure. They're going to crack here. Oh, knocked on by Caleb Muntz. Ooh, that'll slow things down and take the pressure off. 54 minutes in the contest. That's a breather that the Eagles needed right there. Caleb Muntz just lost that ball. I don't know if it was slick or what happened, or he was looking the other way, but oh, he just lost it. Slipped out of his fingers. Yeah, he tried to pass it. It is the humidity. Whew. So we catch a break there. No, ETH, I'm trying. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know these players. Lomani, I know. But most of these players, I've never seen them play for Fiji before. Ooh. Dangerous clean out by number 2, Fiji. So we're going to get a yellow card here potentially. This could be a break for the Eagles. Let's see what happens as Craig Evans runs back down the other end of the pitch. He's going down to look at the screen. Let me see where it is. Dangerous clean out. Yep. Just a yellow card, though. Nothing more. Or maybe even just a penalty. Well, that wasn't it. Okay, if that was what it was, that wasn't that serious. It's side entry more than a dangerous clean out. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right to the head. That's a red card. Oh, we're going to give him a yellow card, I think. All right, here comes Craig Evans going to give the... Here we go. Number 2, please.
And will be
Craig
reviewed
Evans
as well.
calls for the number 2 player.
Dangerous clear out. No attempt of a wrap. Yellow card, off-field review.
Oh, and he crosses the arms for a red card review. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be a red card review. So, Fiji loses a player here. Come on, a stupid screen. Clear. Thank you. 54-34. Number 2 goes out. That's the team captain, Ikanaveri, 54. Wow. All right, so the Eagles catch a break there. That's a huge break. Now they're up. They need to convert now. With the team captain on the bench, that's going to take some of the steam off of Fiji, potentially. Let's see if it's successful. So 17-3. Eagles trailing now. Chris Wyatt will kick it down the pitch. Now we need to do something with this. Good job by the team of catching that. I didn't see it because I was on the wrong side of the ball. All right, that's a long distance, but not much out of it. So it goes down to the 22, and it's brought all the way back up to midfield. Jeez, the 48 substitutions coming in for Fiji. 17 and 18 in that front row. So Fiji's entire front row is replaced now, as is the Eagles. And, yeah, so Hedit comes in for Maui, and Ravai comes in for Tawaka in the front row. Eagles line out now. Pacific Cup of Nations action, live commentary, color commentary, play-by-play is what you're listening to from Pennsylvania. This game being played in Tokyo. Eagles line out successful. That's the best line out they'd have all day. It was very clear. And Eagles driving up over midfield. The ball comes loose. J.P. Smith picks it up, knocks it back. Let's go. Oh, nice carry. Fifaletti just came in the game, picks up about 8 meters. Oh, come on, interfering with the 9. There should be a penalty there. No penalty called against Fiji. That should have been a penalty. Nice carry there by Paddy Ryan, bouncing off a couple Fijians. Now the Eagles starting to feel that they need to score here and take advantage of this being up one player. Chris Wyatt goes wide. Tuivasa with the carry now. And again, Fiji not getting out of the way, but no penalty there. Ball goes wide to Paddy Ryan. Paddy Ryan driving forward. Fricker's over there. Ruck is formed. And playing the ball on the ground, Fiji again. Oh, there's the line. Oh, it's a forward pass. That's a Fifaletti's very angry. Yep, that was the play. Fifaletti's like, sorry, I didn't mean to hit anybody. Kicked the ball in a touch. Yeah, that was a forward pass. But there should have been a penalty there against Fiji before that. Chris Wyatt got hit hard. And then Paddy Ryan goes forward. This is the replay. Well, where's the penalty at? Fifaletti nearly had a line break. So time being wasted now. It's his 15th test match. Capelli Fifaletti. So to be a scrum, that'll give Fiji time to kill the clock. Oh, it's actually stopped. Craig Evans stopped the clock. Blows the whistle, restart it. (17-3), 56 minutes in this one, folks. Live from Tokyo, it's Pacific Nations Cup, or Pacific Cup of Nations, however they want to call it. It's Craig Evans. He's doing a good job there, Mr. Billy. I think he's doing a good job. Kanagavata is out now, replaced by... What? That doesn't make any sense. It says number 2 is not... 16 is not going to replace number 8. Set, Fiji, scrum. This one's not... Now it starts to push against the Eagles. They're coming up. Both sides went up. Yep, that's a fair call by Craig Evans. I'm surprised that it went that long. All right. 7.5 minutes on that card now. The Eagles not taking advantage of the yellow card. Losing that ball forward. It's a shame. They need to score here and get back in this game. Clock's still ticking. Yellow card running down. Oh, that's why. Kanavata came out because they need to bring a hooker in. My bad. Okay, so Dolokoto came in that front row so they could have a scrum because their hooker is on the bench with a yellow card. 7 minutes remain on yellow card for Ikanaveri. Set. And Fiji puts it in the scrum. Eagles holding up, and now they begin to buckle. And there's a penalty for Fiji on the scrum. So more time's going to be killed here. And they're playing advantage are Fiji, but they break loose on the far side of the pitch. Tackle made at midfield. Lomani, it's Muntz, not Lomani. Fiji breaks through. Oh, my goodness. Jason Dom has to make a try-saving tackle in the middle of the pitch there. Fiji comes to the near side. Eagles offside with Augsburger, but comes back. Tackle missed again. Tackle missed again. The big fella's not a single USA player. Oh, my goodness. Number 18 just trips. Now the pass back. And Lomani's going to get the try for Fiji, and the route is on. Eagles, atrocious defense. They give up a try with a man advantage. My goodness. Frank Lomani with the try for Fiji. Another try that never should have happened. I mean, he had a big 18 out there who couldn't even run, and he falls down on the turf with no one touching him. He just fell down. Look at this. He just tripped over his own big-ass feet, and the Eagles are not there. My goodness. That's just pathetic. Pathetic. Not by Fiji. Pathetic by the Eagles. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. And the biased Kiwi announcers are all dribbling down their leg, excited here. No objectivity on their part. Look, I have claimed no objectivity. I'm here for the Eagles. So Caleb Muntz now for the conversion. That's going to go left. So 22-3 is the score. Eagles not even in this game. Go down the final 20 minutes here. So 3 tries for Fiji. Up, USA captain. What's going on? Uh-oh, he's going to talk to both captains.
Is not high. Okay. How long we got left on? We're going to take a minute now with the water break. Then we restart the game. We've got a minute water break now, okay?
Craig Evans doing a great job out there. You missed it, sorry. The yellow card remains a yellow card. It was not upgraded to a red card. Yep. No, that's the right call. That was the right call. Not a high degree of danger. Yellow card remains a yellow card. That's why I called it to captains. Well, this game being well refereed by Craig Evans, who normally does a pretty good job from Wales. All right, 22-3. Eagles getting slaughtered now. 3 tries. 2 by Kanakavata, who just went out for that scrum, so he'll be back in the game. And then Frank Lomani, the scrum half, gets the other one. None of which should have ever occurred. All 3 stupid that they even occurred. Yeah. So, Fiji in total control of this game now. This was just embarrassing what happened on this last try. The Fiji is down a man, and they score from midfield being down a man. How does that happen? Scott Lawrence, you've got some work to do with the Eagles. Of course, I know Scott Lawrence personally. I've interviewed him many times, met him many times. Yep, in D.C. and Atlanta, in New York. Yep. Possession now 61% in favor of Fiji. Territory 54-46. Those were even and slightly advantageous for the Eagles the first half hour of the game. Tackles made now 124 by the Eagles, just 55 by Fiji. Those were around 31-30 at some point. So that means that the Eagles have had to make 90 tackles versus just 20 more for Fiji. That just shows you how things have gone sideways for the Eagles. All right, so Lomani with the try. 5 minutes remain on that yellow card for the Eagles, who've not taken advantage of it. Eagles need to score or they're going to be out of this. So, yep, J.P. Smith, South African. That's the other J.P. Smith. Here's the restart. 5 minutes exactly left on that yellow card for Fiji. And the big guy who tripped a moment ago is running with it now. He's not tripping now. Oh, my goodness. That's Penny Ravai who tripped that ball before they scored. That time he didn't trip. So they go wide on the outside to Fiji. The Eagles over there for the tackle. So, boy, they give up 10 meters before they make the tackle. Eagles still up a player here for another 4.5 minutes, but they have done nothing with the ball. They barely even had it in this 10 minutes. Unbelievable. Jason Dom over there for the tackle. Another tackle by Jason Dom. He rolls away. Well done to get out of the way. Lomani kicks it high into the air for Fiji. That ball is going to be caught by the Fijians. Not even challenged, but then thrown away. Change of lane obstruction. How the hell is it obstruction? They didn't even have the ball. Oh, Craig, I didn't see that one. You're right there. I have to see that again. So penalty obstruction against the Eagles here. I mean, they didn't even have the ball. I guess the obstruction was in allowing them to catch the ball. But that's strange. That's really strange. Anyway, So Fiji get the kick for the quarter now. Excuse me. Ugh. About an hour from now, the first semifinal Curry Cup action will take place. Oh, that's a brilliant kick by Caleb Muntz. He's having a hell of a game for Fiji, I'll tell you. What a game by Caleb Muntz. Very impressive. Mr. Billy, the USA coach is Scott Lawrence. He's the first American coach we've had in donkey years. Had South Africans, John Mitchell, then Gary Gold. So line out at 5 meters into the hands of Nasa Cecilia, and they're into them all. Yeah, so Scott Lawrence, the USA gets an advantage here. Knock on by both sides. Why did he blow it? There was a knock on by the Eagles. I didn't see the knock on. That's why the whistle blew. So it'll be another scrum. Scott Lawrence was the head coach at Atlanta, and he took that Major League Rugby franchise from an also-ran team into a conference champion and went to the final. They went out to Los Angeles where they lost that game. That was the season that I went to Atlanta, 4 trips to cover the Atlanta franchise. I had a special relationship with just 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the yellow card for Ika Navera, the brace try scorer for Fiji. But I had a special relationship because they asked me to, they liked my interviewing skills, and they gave me a special relationship, so I got to interview the players every week, and I got 2 hours every week to interview any players and coaches I wanted, and they pretty much gave that to me every week. Eagles come away with the ball from the scrum, but boy, Lopeti's tossed backwards. Lopeti was big in this game early, but he's been nowhere ever since Chris Matina kicks this for touch, and Fiji will get a line out. Yeah, so I had a special relationship. So every week I interviewed for 2 hours all the players, and then I put the interviews online. Anyway, that season I wound up going down to Atlanta, that all at my own expense. I spent a lot of money, a few $1,000s at least, to cover those games, and also cover them in New York that season and in D.C. Yeah, and it all started with them coming up to D.C. early in the season. That's how they wound up liking my journalism skills and my interviewing skills. And so it went from there. But then the owner of the team died after that conference championship that season. Fiji, ball pops out, caught midair by the Eagles. They come near side. Oh, players tackled there. Eagles have to recover it down on the 5-meter line. But we got something going on back up here. There's a penalty, I think, for offside, yeah. So Fiji's offside. Yeah. Boy, that number 18, man, he is working his tail off out there. Penny Ravai. Now he's limping a little bit there. He is huge, which you would expect for a prop. All right, so offside penalty against Fiji, and the yellow card, not much of it left, probably about a minute and a half. 63 minutes, let's see, it was 54. Yeah, about a minute left on that yellow card. Eagles kick it down the pitch. They're going to get around midfield. Dominic Basag, young player for USA out there. He's in college at St. Mary's. Okay, Eagles line out, doesn't get to midfield. It's the 49-meter line. So Fifaletti will get his first line out as replacement hooker. And well done, straight, and Eagles come down with it. They're into a maul. They haven't been a maul in ages. They're driving forward now. 14 seconds left on the yellow card for Fiji, and the Eagles did nothing while they gave up a try, actually. That ball's kicked over the top. Going to be down around the 22. Taken down near the mark is called. And Augsburger runs into the player very softly, apologizes. No penalty coming from that. All right, will the hooker go back in? Boy, his shorts are soaked. My goodness, it must be incredibly humid there. So tap. And here's a kick by Fiji down the pitch. That's going to be... What the heck is that? That's weird. Into touch. So the yellow card is expired, and Fiji's back at full strength. They add 5 points. Eagles get nothing. He's still in the sidelines. I think he's been replaced now. Yeah, he's out of the game now. The captain, Ika Navera, goes out after his yellow card. He's going to be replaced. Eagles line out. They got it. Nicely done. Fiji challenged that line out, but the Eagles come away with it. But now they're just standing around going nowhere, being driven backwards. They're going to better get to the ground, and it's going to be a turnover. It finally gets tackled. It's going to be a turnover. Yep. Penalty. Jeez. Scrum to Fiji. Wow. Wow. Just 15 minutes remaining in this one, folks. Eagles never, they came close to sniffing a try in the first 8 minutes and not once since then. This is embarrassing. Yeah, so Scott Lawrence is rolling up losses like USA coaches have done in the past, but it's a rebuilding effort. See, there should have been a penalty for touching the USA player in the air. There was no penalty there. There's a pretty clear penalty in the line out. Wasn't called. So 14 minutes remain now. Scrum to Fiji. Tokyo, Garrett. They're in Tokyo. Last time they were in Kumagaya. Or no. Yeah, Kumagaya. This time Tokyo. It's in the description of the video. All right. Replacement for USA. Daniel's out. Tonga Ue's in. Corey Daniel, who's not really had much of an impact, is gone. And Tisamuni Tonganua comes in. USA, what a great scrum there. They win a penalty there. Wow. Well, that's a turnaround. Not binding. Well done. So, hopefully they kick for the corner because they're so far behind. The penalty's not going to do them any good. Yeah, powerful scrum by the Eagles, finally. Fifaletti made a big difference coming in there now. So they do kick to the corner. Eagles now with 13 minutes remain. Can they score and get some life here? Trailing by 19 points. They've given up 11 penalties, and Fiji's given up 9. They've been inside the 22 3 times and come away with 3 points. Fiji's now been inside the USA 22 10 times. All right, here we go. Line out 7 meters away for the Eagles. Not challenged, and then they almost lose. Oh, here they come. Fifaletti. He's short. He's short. J.P. Smith is there. Oh, that should be a penalty there. Eagles have got people on the outside. Just get it over there. Oh, terrible pass. But he's still... What's the whistle blowing for? Why is the whistle blowing? Oh, the Eagles are going to be cheated out of a try here. Unbelievable. They turn it over. Unbelievable. It was a knock on, so it wasn't play on, but that's nonsense. Why do you stop play? We should have had a try there. Fifaletti was so close to scoring a try there. Jack Iscaro. He's explaining it. Craig Evans told him about the scrum. He's like, hey, listen, I tried to go for it, and that's when it cuts in on me. That was well played by Craig Evans is having done of it. But and the number 18, the guy who's been a huge impact, Penny Ravi, in his 52nd test match out there. He getting some treatment out there. No wonder he's been working his tail off. So the Eagles denied a try there because Craig Evans blows the whistle after a Fiji knock-on. I don't understand why. Play was still live. The ball was caught in the air, but anyway. Yep, so 12 minutes remain here. Eagles going to have a scrum at the 5-meter line. They've got to win this one. Crowd seems to be having a good time. And we got another player. Look, he's getting ready to come back in here for Fiji. Craig's, come on, USA need to get some ex-Springboks involved. Yeah, there you go. Garrett says, thank you. You're very welcome, Garrett. My pleasure. Okay, it looks like Samu Tawaka is going to come back in the game. So Tawaka is going to come back in. Boy, I'll tell you what great performance there by Penny Hawaii. Yeah, Ravi. Penny Ravi, yeah, Penny Ravi. Yeah, he was brilliant out there and the time he's out there, but he is injured and he goes out. So back into the game comes Samu Tawake, who was replaced, and his replacement was brilliant. All right, scrum time. Eagles, 12 minutes remain. 68-24 now. 5-meter scrum. They need to get a try here. They needed it a few minutes ago. Both sides have 15 players each. J.P. Smith, the South African-born scrum half, will put it in. Set. Eagles get a big push there. Now we're going to reset the whole thing. Gosh, bless it. 70 people currently here, 50 likes. Can you hit the like button, folks? It doesn't cost anything but a moment of your time. There's no money for it. You don't have to become a subscriber. You don't have to pay. It's easy to hit it.
That was easy.
Yeah, just hit that button right below the video. Going to reset this scrum. Clock ticking, 11 minutes remaining now. And now USA players getting some treatment. Good Lord. Who is that? Can't see. It's Tuavayo. Craig Evans talking to both front rows. Okay, hey, he says, stay down, popping up, you're not going to get a whistle. Okay. Bit of gamesmanship going on there. All right, 10.5 minutes remain. Eagles 5-meter line out again. We started this at 67 minutes. Now we're at 69. Crouch. Bind. Set. Okay, Cannavada's out now. He's been replaced. Eagles, nice pass, but lost by Nate Augsburger forward. Nate Augsburger lost that forward. Brilliant pass. The tackle was disruptive. Augsburger didn't just drop it. He was hit in the chest. Got to be frustrated there. So 10 minutes. He's had 7 carries, made 64 meters, 4 tackle breaks. But not a factor in this game. So it'll be a scrum now to Fiji, and we burn another minute or 2 off the clock. Gee, many crickets. Wow. They had a plan and a nice play called. That was the play, and Fiji sniffed it out. Good defense. Crouch. Bind. Set. Oh, USA pushes hard, but no penalty. And Caleb Muntz is going to kick this from his 5-meter line down to about the 10-meter line. No, midfield. And that's where Fricker gets it. He gets to the 10-meter line. He's dancing. It runs into the Fijian defense 36 meters away. Eagles with a J.P. Smith over the middle, but now we're nowhere near that try line. J.P. Smith. To Avow. Oh, the Eagles, nice job. Nate Augsburger. There's no one to pass it to. Better get rid of it. They drag him into touch. Not much Nate Augsburger could do in that one. 3 Fijians tackling him and no help from his teammates. Boy, these Eagles jerseys, that's another jersey tackle. They grabbed Augsburger by the jersey and held on to him. Okay, Volta comes in for Fiji. So he replaces the fullback. Okay. Isaiah Armstrong Ravula goes out now. Here's the line out for Fiji. They go deep. Oh, the Eagles had a chance, but they missed it. Paddy Ryan had a chance to steal that. Went right past his hand. So Eagles replace Fricker with Santos. I think that's overdue. Fricker is not impressed in this game in my book. His debut. Santos comes in. Also a young player for the Eagles. Fiji, tackle, release. 72 minutes gone in the game. 8 minutes remain now. Ball's kicked high into the air. Eagles go up for it. Nate Augsburger's hit as soon as he gets the ball in his hands. A legal hit. Nothing wrong with it, but boy, he got hit hard. The ball's on the pitch. Augsburger's grabbing his head. Nate Augsburger's grabbing his head back there on the pitch. He's down. Fiji now up a player because the USA player's down on the turf. They go wide. That's a forward pass by Fiji again. Not called again by Craig Evans. Fiji's way down the pitch now. The route is coming. Good defense from the Eagles, but they've driven it backwards. Should be a steal there. Oh, nope. I thought that Jack Iscaro had it. And Nate Augsburger's still down the pitch. Fiji, ball bouncing around, but they held on to it. Ines Tabuvao nearly lost but held on to it. Come to the near side. Muntz loses over his shoulder, and the Eagles come up. They miss a tackle, and then it's lost forward into touch by Meli Derenlagi. Derenlagi, name we haven't called really. Augsburger got hit. Let me see how he got hurt in the head. Okay, it didn't look like he got hit in the head. But he was down all this time. So now we got an Eagles player down grabbing his wrist on two knees. Let's see. Eagles lose this game. They'll play for third place, I imagine. So, clock stopped. So, substitution coming for the Eagles. Bryce Campbell coming into the game, finally. So, he'll replace Nate Augsburger. And Augsburger goes into the locker room. Look like he was holding his head. I don't know if he got hurt in the chest or what, but it looked like a head injury. But there was no hit to the head. There's no problem there, so I'm not sure. Now another Eagle player is down, getting treatment. 22-3 is the count. Eagles have not crossed the try line. Been close twice. Both times they squandered their opportunity. If they'd scored those two tries, it could be 22-17 right now. They'd very much be in this game, but they're not. First try was in the first 8 minutes of the game. That other one was about 5 minutes ago. Fifaletti throws it in. Eagles get it. And here they come. J.P. Smith kicks the ball over the top from the ruck. And that's caught by the Fijians, who lose it in a touch. Paddy Ryan with a great tackle there. That's going to work out well for the Eagles. Going to get the ball again. Paddy Ryan has had a monster of a game for the Eagles. He's one of the few players out there actually contributing on a consistent basis. 6.5 minutes remain. Eagles told to let's get up to the line out here. They're taking a long time. I don't know why you're taking a long time. You need to score. Line out successful, but then lost in the air. So it's a knock on. So Paddy Ryan lost the ball after he caught it in the air. Shame. Eagles turned the ball over. Inside Fijian territory. Fiji kicks the ball forward, gives it up. The knock-on advantage is over. Penalty. And J.P. Smith does the quick tap and go. I'm not sure I agree with that. Another advantage just for not being 10 meters. So that was smart move. He picked up another meter. So the Eagles pick up a penalty there for players not retreating. Jack Iscaro now, one of his rare carries in this game. Eagles playing advantage. Chris Matina, who's been a non-factor in this game and not really helped his team out, but he is the only person to score for the Eagles. Eagles trying to get something going here. Back to the near side. And the biggest playmaker is out of the game. Ball's lost. We're going to come back for a penalty. So kick to the corner, get a 5-meter line out, and pray that you at least get a try so it's not too embarrassing here. 5 minutes remain in the contest, folks, from Tokyo. Fiji leading the semifinal 22-3. Penalties, 10 for Fiji, 11 for Eagles. It's 10-3 at halftime. Chris Machina kicks for the corner, and he finds the mark 5 meters out. It's a good kick. So 5-meter line out for the Eagles. They need a try here. 79 people currently here. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Really do appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. That doesn't cost you anything but a moment of your time. All right, Eagles, one more chance here to score. And now a Fijian player is down, grabbing his calf. Clock finally stops at 75:52. Just a little over 4 minutes left. Well, now it really is daytime here. Ooh, I think I'll take a nap after the triple header. Triple header coverage here in Rugby Ascendant. This game, short break after this, but you'll be redirected automatically to the next game. Samu Tawaku came back in the game. He's getting his calf stretched. It's 8 test matches. You'll be redirected from here to the Curry Cup semifinal at Ellis Park. Lions hosting the Cheetahs. Holly Davidson had a little laugh with Fifaletti on the sideline there. Eagles with a line out here. 5 meters away. Now, here we go. But over 4 minutes remain. Eagles line out unchallenged, and they lose it again. Good God. What is with these line outs? They're dropping the ball. But Fiji knocks it on. Jiminy crickets. Unbelievable. Okay, the first knock-on was back there, 20 meters away. Why are we having a scrum here? All because the first one, the knock-on advantage, was over. Okay. So the Eagles are going to get this. Okay, that worked out all right. But again, Eagles 5 meters out, and they squander an opportunity with another piss-poor line out. Now just 3.5 minutes remain. My goodness. Big goose eggs on the board for the Eagles when it comes to tries. Fine. Set. Whistle blows. Here we go again. So the guy that's had a really good game for the Eagles has been, as I said, Paddy Ryan. But beyond that, not really much coming out of the Eagles here. J.P. Smith has done a fine job as a replacement scrum half here. Chris Matina has been just not really there. Crouch. Fine. Set. Don't know what happened to Luke Carty. Okay, so the Eagles win the scrum. Oh, and the player's hit as a pass is made. That looked like a high tackle to me. It's a knock on by Fiji. 2 minutes remain. Still no try from the Eagles. There was a high tackle. Yeah. But they're not going to look at that. 2 minutes remain. The Eagles look like they're just giving up here. Clock stopped at 78:09. Scrum to the Eagles again. No, Eben Etzebeth is not in the lineup for the Sharks. Turnbull is in. Iscaro is out. Fine. Set. Okay, J.P. Smith trying to dig it out. Good job digging that out of that scrum. That was hard to get to. Eagles kick it down the pitch. It's going to bounce right into the hands of a Fijian player. Tackle made there. Now they go down the sideline. Here comes Fiji going forward. And the Eagles pick it up back around the 36-meter line. And now the Eagles are going backwards again. Minute and a half remain. Eagles, ooh, big high tackle there again. A lot of players just lying around. So, minute 15 seconds. Eagles are back at midfield again. J.P. Smith going to kick it high into the air. And no chase by the Eagles at all. It's going to be caught outside the 22. Taken by Fiji. Craig Evans trying to get out of the way. And missed tackles. 3 missed tackles by the Eagles. Jason Dom finally makes the tackle. Fiji, Caleb Muntz comes in the near side. Here they come down the sideline. And they lose it forward. It's taken over there by the Eagles. 45 seconds remain. Ball's available. Somebody needs to get over there and get it. Paddy Ryan. Paddy Ryan, pick and go. There's no one there. And he holds on to the ball. Oh, scrum. 30 seconds remain. Another scrum. Good Lord. This is ending kind of a boring game. It was much more intense when it's 10-3. Now Paddy Ryan. Boy, the crowd is getting into it. Trying to keep themselves entertained. All right, we got Curry Cup action coming up next, folks. So get ready for that. Get ready for that. 88 people currently here. Thanks for tuning in. And it looks like Paddy Ryan's got a cramp. Just 5 seconds on the clock. Fiji will advance to the final. Super dry Asahi. Fijian bench having fun with the cameraman. So Ryan He's getting stretched out. Let's see if he's okay. 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Scrum the USA. Unless a miracle happens here, they're going to walk out of this game without a try. They're at the Fiji 45-meter line. Good Lord. There's the hooter. There was the hooter. Crouch. Bind. Whistle blows. I'm going to reset it here. It's not the Japanese who are singing. It's the Fijians in the stands singing. Here we go. Thoroughly dominated in the end. Poor play by the Eagles. Their defense was up to snuff for much of the game, but let them down at key moments. Particularly on that third try. J.P. Smith puts it in the pipe. Turf looking kind of rough out there. Here they come away with the Eagles. Oh, and it's lost 4 by Lopetti. Kicked into touch, and that's going to do it. 22-3 is the final. Fiji moves on. Yep, Fiji will go on to the final. They've won 6 of these titles. Chance to win their 7th title. And that's the final, folks. Oh, well, 22-3. We always expected, but at least it wasn't 47-10 or something like that, which is what I was worried it might be. Yep, Butterfingers. But I think the conditions played a role there. Fiji also had trouble with the ball. Slick. And what's that? We have a subscription. Gilbert Adams, thank you for subscribing. Sorry for the yawning, folks, but I'm very tired. Went to bed after midnight, about 2 o'clock, and got up at 5:30 to cover this game. It's on to the Curry Cup. That's next. So stick with us. You can take a break, go to the loo, get something to drink, but you'll automatically be redirected to the next stream, which will start in about half an hour, okay? You're welcome, bystander, for the coverage. Okay, 8:30 is the game. I'll come on a little bit before that, maybe in 20 minutes, to go over the lineups for the Lions and for the Cheetahs. And I'll be wearing Cheetahs kit. Just a warning for the Lions fans. All right? Thank you all so much. And that'll do it from Tokyo, where the U.S. goes out in the semifinal. Let's see if they play another game for 3rd place. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. 3 tries for Fiji, 2 by the captain, the hooker, and then 1 by the scrum half. So well done. That last one was pretty entertaining, I suppose. 22-3 is the final from Tokyo, and we'll see you again here shortly. Thank you so much, folks. Cheers.